Hello, thank you for joining me. I am author Lola Bands, and tonight I will be giving you guys a sneak peek of my new book that will be dropping May 5th, and it is called Similar Strangers. You should have told me I wasn't smart enough. Kelly Price's strong, soulful voice belted through her speakers as Monroe sat on her bed and drank her coconut Ciroc to mend the feelings that she was feeling deep in her heart. All she could do was envision his smile, smell his cologne, and taste his lips on hers. She threw her shot glass at the wall, and it shattered on impact. She didn't know how to control these emotions. She had been feeling down on love for the past week now. As she picked up her phone to see if he texted, nothing. "Fuck!" she screamed as she got up and walked to the bathroom. She couldn't understand how a person who she loved so deeply could just up and disappear, leave her heart on the ground, and never come back to pick it up. "You should have told me I wasn't wild enough." She made a face as she thought about was she wild enough for him. "But he doesn't like the ratchets, though," she spoke to herself as she looked in the mirror and stared at her beautiful brown eyes and perfectly chiseled face. What was wrong with her? She smiled and then frowned. She was ugly. It had to be, for something so sweet to go so sour. How could this nigga not love me? Why doesn't he love me? She slid down her bathroom door as she cried, a gut-wrenching cry. "God, why? Why is this happening?" she asked as she cried out to the Lord up above. Her body ached without his touch, and she was aching all over. "What you had in mind made me lose my mind, and we never should have wasted this time." As Kelly Price finished her chorus, her heart was begging to come out of her chest. The tears she released by now soaked her t-shirt. She got up and walked to her room to grab her bottle of drink. She took a shot to the head. The liquor was now her best friend. She never felt as good as she did when the liquor hit the back of her throat and took her to the sky. She was sky high. She closed her eyes as her body swayed to the beat. "You should have told me. You should have told me. You should have told me. You should have told me," as she sang. And then Beyonce's "Me, Myself, and I" came on. "I just got me, myself, and I must have cried 1,000 times." She laughed and picked up her phone and called him for the 13th time within the last 30 minutes, and it went straight to voicemail. "Oh, okay. Nigga wanna play," she said out loud. She pulled her hair up into a messy bun, threw on her braids, her black sweats, and her hoodie. He had been avoiding her for a week now. She wasn't going to give him any more chances to avoid her now. Monroe hopped in her chrome 2014 Bentley SUV and left her $500,000 5-bedroom house in the valley to go and find him in the slums of the hood. "Bitch ass niggas," Monroe said as she hopped out of her car ready for a roundup. She arrived at his mom's house, amped to the 13th degree. Whatever was going to go down and where he had been, she would soon find out. Bzzz. "Where you at?" Her iPhone text buzzed. She looked down at her phone, but as she looked up, her heart beat hard in her chest as she looked at the 2013 Forest Green Altima parked in front of the house. She couldn't focus on her cousin's call as she needed to. The tears that screamed to come out wouldn't because she refused to look stupid. At this nigga mama house, she replied back to her cousin, bzzz, bzzz, bzzz. Her phone buzzed and she pressed ignore as she walked up to the door. She knew her cousin would talk her out of it. She knocked on the door and waited. As she waited, she tapped her foot on the concrete ground under her. If anyone felt the pain, the pavement did. She heard the door open, and she saw the face that she led past that. "Hey," he answered with a smile, and then it faded. She raised her eyebrows. She looked shocked. She leaned back on her left foot, and by instinct, balled her fist up. She was in no way dumb. She knew when a person was caught, and she knew when she had been in enough toxic relationships to know that she was getting played. "Hey? For real, Monty? Fucking hey?" He tried to close the door, but it jerked open. And that's when she saw her. She knew it was her. The bitch, as he called her. The one he lied about. The one that was nothing to him, and he didn't want her. The one that she called off of work for when he was scared that her ratchet ass was pregnant with his seed. The one that kicked him out and left his broke, tired ass with nothing. Her heart dropped to her stomach. This couldn't be happening. She waited for the moment of truth. There it was, staring in her face. "Who is this, babe?" "Who am I?" "Babe?" Monroe laughed while looking down and shaking her head. "Bitch, you saw me on his Insta and on his Facebook. You know who the fuck I am," Monroe stated in a matter-of-fact tone. The girl looked her over and stepped in her face. "Bitch, She couldn't finish because by now, Monroe was piecing her in the face with solid jabs to the jaw. Monty didn't know what to do. In a way, he knew he was wrong, and he knew he was too. And in a way, he knew he should have stopped it. But he couldn't, not just yet. Monroe was giving it to her. She felt every emotion that she was feeling for the past couple of months through her fists as they delivered into her body. The two ladies were now on top of the Altima. Monroe wouldn't allow her to get a pinch in. She was filled with rage, love, heartache, and betrayal. And everyone knew that when you're a woman and you're filled with these emotions, it's hard to stop. His mom walked out the house, and by now Monroe was dragging her while she was hammering into her. Neighbors were peeking out of their doors. "Help me, Monty," the helpless girl screamed. "Nah. Bitch, don't ask for help now," Monroe spoke while hitting her again and again. As he came over and picked Monroe up, she swung on him. He moved out of her reach. "You bitch-ass nigga." She tried slapping him, but his 6'5" height wouldn't allow it to happen. "Stop, man. I can't fucking believe you." She swung on him, but this time she got in his face, and his lip busted on impact. He pushed her back, and she ran back up on him. His mom tried to move forward and get in between the two. "Look, Monroe, cut the shit from in front of my house. Bitch, fuck you too. Y'all some counterfeit, opportunist-ass motherfuckers over here." Monroe was by no means disrespectful, but there was no way she was going to get played. She wasn't stupid at all. The talks and all the late-night excuses, she was pissed off because everything was adding up to her now. Monty was shocked that she spoke to his mom in that matter. She looked at them standing on the line and saw how she was acting. She was in the dead of the hood being a fucking ratchet. She shook her head and looked at them. "I trusted you. I let you into me. Something I've never done." She spoke her head and spat at him. "Bitch, just go," the helpless girl said. Monty looked over at the girl as his mom helped her up. Monroe was about to go beat his mama and the girl's ass again, but instead she shook it off. She needed her cousin for all three of them. She looked at Monty, and he saw the hurt and pain that was written on her face. He dropped his head. She strutted to her truck and blasted Nicki Minaj. "Hope your baby drop out your womb, bitch," she screamed out the window as she sped off down the street and sped home. On the ride home, she thought about how she fell in love with a lame-ass nigga like him. Thank you all for listening to my reading. I hope that it was very engaging, and I also hope that you all please join me when I release Similar Strangers. It is a story that is very dear to my heart. So I hope that you guys enjoy, and I know that we can't wait for May 5th. Have a great night.